Newly-backed Caroline Popoola is a multi-talented entrepreneur with a natural flair for business development and leadership. She is the founder and CEO of Alpha Chains Limited and Alpha Childcare Limited, a highly regarded organisation with a reputation for excellent childcare facilities and services all over London and in variants. Caroline currently presides over 13 childcare settings all over Greater London, with more in the pipeline. The Alpha Childcare franchise model is an extension of her successful early years business model, developed from proven strategies that have worked well over many years. Caroline is an astute businesswoman with a passion for sharing successful business development strategies. Her expertise in business startups and growth led to the birth of her consultancy, Caroline Popoola Consultancy, assisting new, struggling nurseries and other businesses to develop effective and sustainable business models. She is married to her supportive husband and mother to 3 delightful young adults. Please welcome Caroline Popoola.
Thank you so much, everyone. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Lady Maker's going to get me falling over now. Hi, everyone. I'm sure my slide's going to come up shortly. I'm not even sure where to start from. And like I said at the beginning, it might not even be anything to do with my slides. I think first and foremost, I'm a very emotional person, by the way, guys. So I'm one of those sort of leaders that I've learned to be myself. It's taken a long time, but I've learned to be myself and be comfortable in my own skin. Cry or not, vulnerable or not, I'm so comfortable with it with no apology whatsoever. So take a leaf out of my book if you're one of them and you think you're not complete if you're fragile or not, that you're fully complete. So anyway, just going back to what we're doing today, can I first and foremost just say thank you to, everyone said auntie. So I think from today I'm going to call her auntie as well if she wants me. But Mrs. Folasha Adefisayo, thank you so much. God bless you, ma. I appreciate you so much. The Commissioner of Education to Lagos State. I've got my beautiful auntie here, who's been my rock forever. She got headhunted from the UK and came here, and now she's owned by Nigeria. My gorgeous auntie, the advisor to Education, Ogun State Government for primary and secondary, Mrs. Ronke Shoyombo. Thank you, auntie. Love you lots. And I've got my good friend, Mr. Fela Drotaye. Thank you for holding my hand always. If we said we're going to put this together, right? I'm thinking, yeah, just 100 people, not more than that, right? And he's gone, why? And guys, we talked about this yesterday. I went to see him yesterday, on Thursday. The days are all mixed up now. And I said to him, we have 980 people registered. He's gone, yeah, so what's the problem? Have session 1 and session 2. I'm looking, right, really? Like, really? How is that going to happen? And I'm thinking, okay, if you say so. But this is how he encourages us, all of us on this group. He constantly pushes us to the extreme. You can do it. So thank you for believing me. I appreciate you so much. I've got my Niyi Adesoya. Sorry. Niyi Adesoya, thank you. Everything, all the glam stuff here, I can't even start to name them. I literally said, well, so this is it. So we had a thing with Niyi. We had a conversation with Niyi, and we said we want to put this up. And Niyi's gone, so who are your speakers? I said, I've called people like on my level, right? No disrespect. And Niyi's gone, so why should they come? I'm thinking, oh, right, I don't know. It's gone, so why can't you get the commissioner, this person, that person, that person? This is me going, little me, how can I do that? He's gone, Shebi, you know fella. Get fella now. And literally, this is how we got these incredible people into this room today. Not for me, but for you guys, so you can do better. So you can do better. And I want you to know you can do better. And it's all about relationship, all about networking. So don't go today without knowing a minimum of 10 people, not the ones you came with, the ones somebody's totally from somewhere different. Know them, get the details so you can share practices. you can't do things by yourself. I've only got 15 minutes. I might not go through this, right? So ignore it. You can get the slides. I'm talking about change. I'm talking about change of our mindset, change of our beliefs, and the way we see things, our perspective. Literally, that's all I'm talking about. And how we can do better and be better. So I've summarized my notes, right? But please, 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 networking, relationship, no other practitioners, collaboration. That's the answer to it. For you to, you can't be the island all by yourself. You can't do better all by yourself. The reason we're standing here today is because we got to know other people that are doing different things and can add to our lives, and we can add to their lives. So if you're passionate about children, it's about holding other people responsible, holding yourself responsible. What are you doing differently? What are you doing that is so good? How can I do that better? And you can get that without even spending a penny. Or without, I don't know, do we still use kobo in Nigeria? You know, and that's it. So without spending a penny, you could get that by the people you get their details of from today in this room. Right, let's try the slides. We're going to go really quick, 15 minutes. Where are you? Where's Mr. Sako? Right, it says here, Henrietta said, every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, the passion to reach the stars, to change the world. I don't even think that needs an explanation. It's all within you. And we're talking about us first. So when I say you, all of us first, before we go on to talk about the children. Thank you, guys. Right. What is early years? Why are we talking about early years today? You and I know is the most informative age. For us to raise the next incredible young adults, we need to start with them first. Yes, we may have done mistakes, and some of them are older, and we go back and apologize. So if you have teenagers, young adults, go back. If you think you heard something that really resonates with you, and you think, I want to do better, like the creed Mr. Fela Durotoye read, we say those creeds now. There's over 1,000 of us that say it and even pass it on to our children. I want to lead a better nation, and so many other things, right? So why early years? Get them young. Why are we starting now? Start early, start right. This is the time you can form their mindset into whatever it is you want it to be. What are your words to these children? How positive are your words to these children? How positive are your words even to yourselves as practitioners? Even to yourselves as practitioners. Do you see your children as a money-making machine? You know, and I tell you why. So you think, oh yeah, the UK is cool and everyone's cool. I had a parent came into my setting a few months ago. And when she came in, she said, her husband and her friends don't believe in children coming to early years nurseries. And this is me, like, I was taken aback, basically. You could imagine I'm like, really? And I'm trying to smile, and I'm thinking, just smile. Don't get cross. Don't even speak to her. Don't tell her what you think. Don't be Caroline. Just be nice, you know? So I then said to her, okay, I let her pop her head through the nursery doors, and she watched the children, my 2-year-olds, in the nursery, scraping their plates, putting the dirty food in the bin, putting their plates in the sink where we've got them to put it in, go back to the seat, sit down, have a conversation with their friends, talking to the practitioner. Literally, while she was standing there, they literally went, scraped plates, went back, and all that. And I didn't have to say a word. I said, oh, what do you think? I said, what did you see? There and then, like actress Posh, is like you see communication skills, you see social skills, you see intelligence, you see confidence, you see, like literally, name it. From just watching the children, a 2-year-old. Imagine how tiny they are. That's what they're learning whilst that's happening. And I didn't even have to say a word to her. And she's like, oh, I can see. I'm like, well, it's totally up to you. You make up your mind, whatever you want to do. And that's it. And that happened in the UK. So this is not Nigeria. That happened in the UK, of somebody coming in and thinking early years is not important. And this is it. Early years is important. How comfortable are you talking about your practices to your parents, to your carers? How confident are you? Are you proud of what you do? I interviewed a lady in Gambia recently, and she's been in business for over 20-something years. And she said when she came into business in early years, it wasn't known. People just think, oh, you're wasting money. Really, I'm sure there are none of you in here that work with children between the ages of 2, 3 months to 5 years that assume that the parents are wasting money. And if you think that, that means you're in the wrong job, really. You're not in the right place, because you should be passionate about them. You should be passionate about building them. I said when you build a child, when you raise a child, you raise a leader, you raise a nation. That's what you've done by building one child, by changing the mindset, by helping them to expand their creativity. That's what you've done. Right, can I have the next slide, please? Right, I've said here, we're talking about change. It starts with you today. It starts with you in this room. It starts with you now, believing in yourself, believing in your practice, and never giving up, trusting what you're doing. Can you say hands on heart, like what you did yesterday being Friday? You were proud of your practice yesterday. Were you proud of your practice? Was there anything based on the things Mr. Fela Drote has said and the other things I've said and other people are going to say that Ronke said? Were you proud of all of your practices yesterday? Everything you did? Or you look back and say, I apologize for doing that to that child, or speaking down to that child, or telling that child off in the wrong way? Go on, even as parents, we do it. But it's owning the mistakes and saying, I get it wrong, I apologize, I'm going back to get it right. I make that decision today, I am going to get it right. Right, let's go to the next slide, guys. Right, talking about change, your mindset. It starts with you, your method of doing things, your perception, your beliefs. All of these things were formed from before we knew it, and the things we see around us. But it's totally up to you if you want to make that decision today to say, I'm here today, I have come in through the rain, I've come to learn, and I want to be different, and I want to do different. Because you don't want to come in here, spend 6-7 hours in here, and then go back to still be the same person that you came before you came in. Then you've wasted, and like I said, time is precious. That means you've wasted 7 hours of your time that you would never, ever get back. So please, I will urge you towards the end of these slides that you would have a really, really tough decision to make. It's totally up to you. If you're going to make that decision today and say, I want to be different, how can I be different? Can I have the next slide? But you can see I'm rushing through my slides, right? Right, so I've got here, old ways would not open new doors. Mentally strong people embrace change and they're ready for new challenge. Are you ready for a new challenge today? Are you ready for a new challenge? I want you guys to answer me. Are you ready for a new challenge today? How many of you are ready for a new challenge today? Right. And because you've put your hands up, I would assume you are actually going to do that. So all we should be asking is, how do we do it? That's what we should be asking. Next. Oh, thank you. It starts with you identifying what needs change. What do you need to change? What do you need to change? I know I've only got 15 minutes. Can somebody tell me what they need to change? One person. If you go back today, what is the one thing you're going to change when you go back? Anyone? Anyone? What is the one thing you think you're going to change when you leave here today in terms of your practices? Or we should just all go home because there's no point, right?
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm going to change my mindset.
Your mindset. So I'm going, obviously because of time, I'm going to ask, it doesn't matter. How do you intend to change your mindset?
Okay, basically, my mindset about the stereotype that we have about children and about Nigeria, about the school system and everything. So I have to change my mindset to create change, basically.
Thank you so much. Do you know what? You brought tears to my eyes. Thank you. Thank you. Unconsciously, we all have stereotypes. I have stereotypes. All of us, we all have stereotypes. And I like that the fact that you would look into yourself and look at each individual child. Remember, they're all unique individual children, every single child. When I started this morning to welcome you guys, I said you may have the Folashade Adefisa in your school. You would have the Ronke Shoyombo in your school. But if their parents hadn't done what they've done to them, they would not be where they are today. You are raising the next Ibukun Awoshika, the next Fela Durotoye in your schools right now. And it's totally up to you. If that child turned out to be different to what these people have turned to be, it is your fault. All of our fault together. So please, 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 make that decision today to say, look, I intend to change. Yes, it may not be your setting. You have somebody to answer to. But I've just explained to that young lady over there how you can do that. Go back to your setting, look at your values, talk to your practitioners, and let's see how we can do things differently. Right, next slide. I think we might have to rush this. I mean, obviously, you can't exclude regulations, and I know that helps a lot more where you have structure. And I know we've got Miss Folashade here today, and she may talk about that. But that's it. But even if there are no laws, guys, if there are no laws, create the one within your setting that works for you, that make you stand out. Create it. Don't be part of the complainants. Be the solution provider. Don't wait for somebody else to come and change it for you. You do the changing yourselves. Hence the reason we've said for practitioners to come out today and come and learn how to do things differently. You don't have to blame the government or blame the system or blame the society. I can stand there and blame the tax government in the UK, but no, I choose not to. I choose to be different. I choose to stand out. So it's totally left to all of you. Stop blaming the system. Look above the system. Say, how can I stand out? How can I be different? Because it's all about the children. It's all about the children. Regardless of what the government's done, it would never be enough. Even for us in the UK, it's never enough. It's never enough. Posh has been there. It's never enough. But look, the change starts with you, and it starts now. Right, so I'm not going to go through this, but can we go all the way to... So I've literally given an acronym of change, which is communication and conversation. Next, habits. So these are all the things we need to change. A is achievement. So you're looking at who benefits from you, what is it you want to do, what are your values and things like that. Here, I've got this. Leave this one. N. Never let us not negotiate out of fear, but let us never fear to negotiate. With every stakeholders in your business, your parents are your stakeholders, the children are your stakeholders, the parents, your employees are your stakeholders. All those external people you deal with, like the contractors and stuff, they're all your stakeholders. So you negotiate with them. How do you speak to them? How do you speak to your employees? How do you empower your employees? This is all ways in which you negotiate. Next. We have G there. Greater good. And I think the last bit I want to raise, which I've said before, is raising children to be an outstanding citizen is raising a leader who later becomes a nation. Raising children to be an outstanding citizen is raising a leader who later becomes a nation. And the last one is E, which we're not going to talk about it, but in all of the things you do, you need to be emotionally intelligent about it. Even like we were saying, when Poch was talking, when your parents sort of like think, who are you talking to me like that? Emotional intelligence. Just think, emotional intelligence. How do I go about this? How do I deal with this? And you've got that quote. Sorry, go back a minute before, and then after that, guys, the video. Go back one quickly. Time to appreciate you all. Right, it says here, we are dangerous when we are not conscious of our responsibility for how we behave, think, or feel. I remember, I think it was Fela that was saying, children are watching you. Every single thing you do, they're watching you. If you talk to your partner or you talk to your colleagues and you're like, what's wrong with you? They're watching you. They're listening. So don't be surprised when they when they grow up and be that aggressive human being that you think you've raised. Right, can I have that video, please? Right, so what I'm going to do, and this is going to be towards the end. Literally, I've just got 2 more slides and I'm done. Ma, thank you, Ma, for your time. The video, please.
It's सर आपके लिए उस पार कार का इंतजाम किया है सर आइए सर चल चल
I hate this country.
तुम चलो तो हिंदुस्तान चले 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 लगा हाथ के सूरज सुबह निकाला करे हथेलियों में भरे धूप और उछाल करे ओ लगा हाथ के सूरज सुबह निकाला करे हथेलियों में भरे धूप और उछाल करे उफक पे पाँव रखो और चलो अकड़ के चलो उफक पे पाँव रखो और चलो पकड़ के चलो फलक पकड़ के उठो और हवा पकड़ के चलो फलक पकड़ के उठो और हवा पकड़ के चलो तुम चलो तो हिंदुस्तान चले तुम चलो तो हिंदुस्तान चले हिंदुस्तान चले
Right, can I just ask, I'm going to ask two people what lesson you got. There's so many lessons. But what do you think they did to that child before he believed in himself that much? Who did that job? All of you. All of you in this room contributed to that child believing in himself enough. That's all of you from today. All of you from today. I believe from the mindset, changed mindsets you're going to get from here today, turn that child to be that. All of you. Can I have two lessons we learned from this, please? There's so many. We couldn't even count how many. It was just too many. Two lessons.
Okay, so
Thank you.
I have someone there.
Just two, quickly. Or just one, I don't mind.
The young child was encouraged when he saw people when they came around him, was able to see something good about himself, and then the discouragement was gone because there were people who supported his cause.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Support, encouragement. He starts to see himself as good. I think that would do because of time. Thank you so much. I'm not going to read that slide. Can I just go to my last slide, please, because of time, and we've got incredible people in the room here. I don't want to... No, not that one. One before. I know I look so pretty. One before. Right, so here, you've got 4 boxes. Look at this. From today, I would assume before you came in, you were not, but now you're aware of what to do. You believe. You've got your conviction of what to do, or the choices you have to make, and you have a decision to make. You have a decision to make today, guys, as to do you want to remain the same or you're ready for a change. By you making a change, you go out and make a change to your world as well. Thank you so much. God bless you, everyone. Thank you for listening to me. I'm so blessed and honored. Thank you. God bless you.